May market watch is here. So I said I was going to do this early in the month this time around and get on the front side of it, and I did. So here we are, the 5th of May, the Revenge of the 5th. Got my Starry Night Empire shirt here, which is pretty cool. And so a couple of really huge announcements that are going to be in this video. So we have HMM Lightning Sykes reprint that everybody has been asking for, and some new images of the HMM Wild Liger that are coming out. And then I wanted to do what I've finally been talking about and do a Zoids Wild market watch, so to speak, and just kind of show off what kits are in stock, which ones have value, which ones don't. I can tell you for a fact that the standard Wild Liger motorized kit, this guy right here from the initial Zoids Wild line, is becoming harder to find. He's selling out on a lot of these sites, so if you're looking for this guy, definitely go pick him up. But of course, HMM version of this is now available for pre-order. And then other than that, so I meant to start this video with my HMM Mulga and Cannery Mulga kits that should have been here by now, but I was all mad, like, oh, everything's getting stuck in transit because of customs and everything that's going on with the mail and shipping anything right now. But in reality, I didn't actually check off the option on my private warehouse thing on HLJ to have them shipped. So they were sitting in the private warehouse ready to go, and I didn't even designate that they were ready to ship out. So that was stupid on my part. So I don't have the Mulgas yet, but they're on their way. And then I actually placed another order for some Zoids off of a gentleman from Canada that is selling off a massive collection on the Zoids Collectors group. Definitely go check out what he's selling off, because he's selling some very rare and valuable pieces, but he is selling them for what they are worth. So some of them are quite expensive. But if you're interested in picking up any of those kits, he has unbuilt kits, built kits, loose kits, anything you could possibly think of, but it's mostly from the motorized era, the Takara Tomy motorized era. He doesn't have much in the way of HMMs, but definitely go check it out. I have the Energy Liger from Fusors coming in, which is unbuilt. I'm super excited about that. I finally bought a Liger Zero X and didn't get screwed out this time. So I have a unbuilt Liger Zero X coming in, as well as this one is built, but it's the Brastal Tiger. So I talked about in the Race Tiger video how I was like, I need to get the Brastal Tiger to have the rivalry going on there. So I finally, rather quickly, I didn't expect to find a Brastal Tiger as quickly as I did, but it kind of just fell out of my lap when this guy put this sale up there. So that's on its way. So we will eventually get reviews for all three of those. I'm very excited about. And so, yeah, that about does it. I will say again that if you're trying to ship anything internationally right now, it is a huge nightmare. Things are getting caught up in customs, even if you're not an idiot like me that forgot to hit ship on your HLJ warehouse. But I would not be surprised if things do take a very long time to arrive, because I'm currently waiting on like 5 or 6 different packages from different places right now, and it's becoming pretty obnoxious. But anyway, let's dive into the May market watch and see what we've got going on this time. Alright, so this is actually pretty huge, guys. So this comes from the actual Kotobukiya blog on their site. We have, yes sir indeed, real photos of the HMM Wild Liger. So not prototypes, not CG model renders. We have actual photos of what the actual model kit will actually look like, and it looks fantastic. So as you can see, we have the palette character whose name I cannot remember because I really need to finish the anime, including the Wild release thing. The sculpt looks amazing. The Wild Liger itself has some of those accent pieces. This was incredible. This blew my freaking mind. So he's got the little control yoke joystick thing there, as well as like the crystal key thing he inserts to do the Wild Blast thing and take control of it. Really, really cool. God, look at that face and all the detailing in here. I'm assuming some of this is not standard. Some of this is probably paint applications and is not molded like that, so you may have to do some line work or some decals. I sincerely doubt that these dark lines right in here and then up the blue, things like that, are not molded in. But everything looks really good. So it looks like the actual, because this does not have the mechanical functionality of the motorized one, I would imagine that the blade itself operates on, this is a hinge right here that moves this whole apparatus forward, and then there's articulation obviously there where the blades can swing forward, and I kind of prefer that over the motorized version. And then this whole picture right here really gives us the pose from the anime, which again really brings it to life, as all HMMs do. And of course it's got the little, what looks like a cannon in its mouth that all the wild Zoids seem to have. It just looks fantastic. So this really begs the question, I know what we're all thinking, because I was thinking the same thing. Now that we have crossed this threshold and we have a HMM that is not from the like G1 Zoids, it is now a different era of Zoids made into an HMM. Now we've crossed that threshold. What is stopping us from having Genesis HMMs? What is stopping us from having a Liger Zero Phoenix HMM from Fusers, or like a Gariyuki or something like that? I don't know. And so I know that this was prioritized because Zoids Wild is the newest thing, the most popular thing, the new thing. So it makes sense why we get an HMM Wild Liger and not those. But like I said, now that we can't turn back from this. We have an HMM that is not from G1 Zoids. So really, I think as a fan base, we should really be demanding more. Not that the demands make a damn bit of difference, but we should really be expecting HMMs of different eras. So I want to see, of course, there's still some from G1 that we want to see. Like obviously the HMM Koenig Wolf is the one that I want more than any other Zoid, period. I want an HMM Koenig Wolf. And I think a lot of people would agree. But other than that, I would love to see some Fusers era Zoids, and I would love to see Genesis era Zoids as an HMM. I think I've seen this as a incredibly common post on the Zoids Collectors group, that a lot of people want to see HMM Murasame Liger. A lot of people want to see HMM Murasame Liger, especially because we have articulated Genesis Ligers in the form of the aggressive line. But anyway, I want to move on from this, so that's pretty cool. Where can you pre-order the Wild Liger HMM? Well, you can pre-order it here on Amiami, of course, or this is HLJ actually. HLJ and Amiami both have it, but we'll get to that. So HLJ does have it still in stock. That is about a competitive price for it. Apparently that's a discounted price, although I kind of doubt that. And this still shows the photo of the 3D model render. This is not an actual photograph of the model kit itself. And then on to other news before we look at their in stock right now. So literally 2 market watches ago, I had a friend ask me, hey, I'm looking for an HMM Lightning Sykes. And I said, oh, well, that's a shame because there aren't any on the market right now, and the eBay prices were ridiculous. And immediately after that, we get this right here. So the HMM Lightning Sykes Markings Plus version is now available for pre-order. And I did a review of the initial one that I had that came out apparently in 2010 was the previous iteration of this. And so I didn't get mine until like 2015. And I guess I was pretty lucky getting it when I did because they became hard to find. We're a full 10 years later when we get a reissue. So that's crazy to think about. In a vacuum like that, everything moves very slowly in the niche collector's market for Zoids, a very niche and obscure franchise where the loyal fan base will always be there. But anyway, so I did a review of this guy of the kit that I have, and that review is super old, but this is still one of my absolute favorite HMMs. The second one that I ever built. It's very stable and the build quality is superb, and I highly recommend that you guys order this if you can. I don't really see a whole lot of differences between this one and the version that I have. There might be some additional paint applications. It looks like there's more metallic around the feet. And then the gun turret obviously has some noticeable silver applications there. And that might just be some of this that we're seeing here. Also, this part right here flips up on the one I have and is just a black on the one I have. So that's a bit of an enhancement. But other than that, it looks mostly the same, which is fine because it looks absolutely sick. And some of this could just be either decals or the sticker sheet or additional paint applications that they did to make this mock-up look a little bit nicer for the promotional photos. And it does also comes with an optional clear eye visor instead of the green one, which is kind of cool. And of course, much like the previous iteration, this one had, the one I have has the same thing as well, where it has 3 different feet options, where it has like the little kitty paw, it has the talon one that the original Takara Tomy and Hasbro one had, and it has the claw one, which is obviously the best one I have on there. So looks really, really good. I highly recommend that you guys order this if you can. Let's take a look at the in-stock on HLJ real quick before we move on. So if you guys wanted to get the new Command Wolf free package reissue, that's a shame because it's already on back order, which tells me that it's gone. So I guess that's over now. With Blade Liger still in stock. Again, Genosaur, we missed the boat on that one, so it is officially gone and is not likely to come back. But the Wild Liger and the Lightning Sykes are both available for pre-order on here. And that is about it. So every other new upcoming Zoid that was available for pre-order is pretty much gone. D-Bison is no longer taking pre-orders, which is a shame. And then I don't even see the Iron Kong Yeti on here. Shield Liger DCSJ is actually still in stock, which is remarkable to me. Somebody actually made a comment on one of the previous videos asking why I thought it would go quickly, and the short answer is really just because it's an HMM, it's a fan favorite Zoid. The DCSJ has always been, or considers it that way, the video games consider it that way. Yeah, no Iron Kong Yeti on here either, so if you guys were following the previous videos, like I said, then you can definitely see how things change so rapidly. I'm really defending my choice to do these once a month because you can see how quickly things change. Again, all these back-ordered Zoids, I would pretty much just say give up for loss because they're probably not coming back unless, I mean, maybe put them on your wish list. Maybe you'll get an email if they do come back, but I think it's very unlikely just because of the quantities of these that are produced. But yeah, Blade Liger still in stock, and you can order these too from here, so that is good. Amiami, so the pre-order is still available for the D-Bison on here, and also the Lightning Sykes and Wild Liger are available from Amiami as well, so you can feel free to go and get those there. Again, Genosaur is out of stock, and I don't see the Shield Liger. I'm sorry, the Blade Liger. I don't see the new Blade Liger. Yeah, I don't see it on here at all. I mean, still pre-order the Storm Sorter, which I think is a reissue. I love the English here. Storm Soda, which I guess is the pronunciation there. Oh, Iron Kong Yeti is still available on Amiami, so if you guys are looking to spend some big money, because this guy is probably going to run you probably close to $160 after shipping. This is your approximate yen to USD conversion right here before shipping, but then after shipping it probably run you $160 to $170, so that is definitely a thing. Amazon JP, so again, available for pre-order here. Apparently you can still get the Command Wolf on here too, but I don't know how much I would trust that because I can't really read this site. I'm a little skeptical about what sellers are actually getting this from on Amazon JP, unless you're getting it via Prime. Rising Liger you can get with Prime on the HMM Wild Liger, all things considered. Deathrex is also installed in stock on here as well. You can also buy Zoids Wild Zero and stream it on here, which is pretty cool. I don't know if it has subtitles or not. I sincerely doubt that it does. D-Bison is still available on here. And then we start to get into like sketchy territory of, like I said, I don't know which sellers are actually selling this stuff. Original Wild Liger is still available on here. And then, so I was really curious about this guy. So let's take a look at this really quick. So I was hunting this guy down because I was like, I don't see him on HLJ or Amiami. Why is this Mulga retrain worth much closer to like $70 in USD? Really quickly wanted to show the market for Zoids Wild. And so one of the things I wanted to talk about that I think is really cool about the Zoids Wild kits, in spite of how simple they are, is that they are essentially the same experience as what we had back in the day with the Takara Tomy line and even the Hasbro line in the US. And there's been very, very little in terms of like inflation. So you essentially get the same type of kit for your money as you did back then for the same, around the same kind of price. I'm also somebody who collects like Transformers, for instance. Transformers are expensive to collect. Just in the time I really started collecting them around like 2007, and in that amount of time, around like 2014, 2015 ish, a deluxe went from like $10 to being like $15, and now a deluxe is like $20 for like a kit this size, like a little car size Transformers. So that is just ridiculous to me. And a lot of other, I mean, that's not, I guess, a lot when you consider the kind of money that people do spend on their hobbies, but to see it, to be used to paying one price and seeing it double in just a decade is ridiculous. And when you look at Zoids, we came from 2002 all the way until now, and essentially you're still getting the same value. So the small wind-up motorized kits are like $10-15, and the big ones, the Liger size ones, you should pay around $25 for, and that's how much they were when they were new. You know, if you got the Hasbro Shield Liger or Zaberfang in America in 2002, it would have cost you $25, and if you go online here and buy the Wild Liger or this Gatling Fox right here, it's going to cost you about $25. Now, granted, there's shipping from Japan, which is always expensive, but if you buy a bunch of these little Wild Zoids in bulk, I mean, you can get like a bunch of little things to build over a weekend, or if you want to build them with somebody who's never built a model kit before, or build them like with your kids or whatever, you know, baby's first model kit basically. And some of these little ones, which we'll get to, are really ideal for that, and they're just super, super affordable, and I really love that about the Zoids Wild lineup, that they didn't really suffer from inflation. So let's talk about the specifics here. So here in Amiami, good price for the Rising Liger. Definitely want to pick that up. And a couple of sales right here. So Gatling Fox is on sale. And this one right here, the Sty Razor, which I think is also called like the Sty Laser. I think it's a translation thing, another English thing. Good price for that. This one, in terms of design, I think is really cool. And it's a retrain of a similar dinosaur-style Zoid from the regular Zoids Wild lineup. Essentially, the Zoids Wild Zero lineup is just essentially repainted, retooled versions of the same kits from Zoids Wild. And here's the Bazu Toro, which is a pun, I guess, like bazooka tortoise, I guess. It's on sale as well for a really good price. This is a retrain of the Canon, the new Canon tortoise, essentially. But not a whole lot else in stock over here on Amiami. But if we look at HLJ, if you search for Zoids and search price lowest to highest, you will get a lot of... You'll basically filter the Zoids Wild kits to the top because they are cheaper than the HMMs. And so we have a lot of these like cheap Zoids Wild kits that are kind of nice. Like I'm kind of starting to like these insect type ones quite a bit, because that was something we didn't really have, like giant insects, and it kind of adds a little interesting bit of lore there. So, and look at this, $10 for these guys, $10 for the little dinosaur ones, the Wild Raptor, which is seen in the first episode. He looks kind of derpy, I won't lie, but this is again essentially a retrain of this, and this one right here, the Kuaga was retrained into the Kuaganos. Same exact Zoid with just some additional crap thrown onto it, which does make it look pretty cool. The Zoids Wild Zero kits, like I said, are essentially the same as the regular Zoids Wild Zoids, but with more stuff on them. Yeah, so the Ganon toys was retrained into the Bazu Toro, which again I really love the wild attack on this thing, where its head moves down and the shell opens up to reveal a cannon. Is the Wild Liger in stock? Please finish loading. Please finish loading, HLJ. You are a real pain in the you-know-what. Let's just click on it. I don't know why I always have this problem with HLJ when we do this. Come on. This is not right. It is not. It's not $0. It's not free. Okay, so I know that the Fang Tiger is becoming harder to find, and this thing does look pretty cool as well. So I think if you wanted to definitely invest in a kit that's becoming harder to find, probably the Wild Liger and the Fang Tiger are going to be the ones to get, as well as the big Brachiosaur one is becoming harder. We get into some of the Bazoodle. Again, some of the translations are not consistent here, but anyway, so that's about it for what I wanted to show off in terms of the Zoids Wild market. What I need to do is I need to go down and just kind of take an inventory of every single Zoids Wild Zoid that exists, and when they were released, what their original market price was, and then just look at in stock everywhere and just kind of know what I'm really looking for. And I think I'll do that with a future video. There was too much news for this one for me to do it in this one. So one quick irrelevant thing I wanted to show off has nothing to do with Zoid. So over here, I did a random search on HLJ for Valkyria Chronicles. This is not a drill. Valkyria Chronicles model kits exist. They have an Edelweiss tank, and it is not in stock, although apparently you can add it to your wish list or whatever. I don't think this is ever going to come back. If you guys happen to know by any chance where I can find these things, definitely let me know, because I will build the crap out of some Valkyria Chronicles model kits. So anyway, that about does it for the May Market Watch. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time.